भैया खत्म कब हो रहा है या 6 तारीख?
भेटलं नाही का नाही?
Amol, you can start the university song and the banner. I request all the participants to open their cameras. सभी participants से निवेदन है सभी लोग अपने कैमरा ओपन करें, सभी लोग. Actually, it is mandatory by UGC that for Malviya Mission Teachers Training Program सभी participants के कैमरा हमेशा ऑन रहना चाहिए, but 3 hours possible नहीं रहता है. That's why we are requesting all the participants, entire participants, to start their cameras.
आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे गीत आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे यशाचा पैठणीत भिनलेला
नक्षीतच पक्षी पक्षी विजयाचा विरलेला
सोन पहाट उदयाचे गीत आमुचे उजेडाचे इतिहासाचे जनामनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे प्रज्ञेचा सूर्य नवा शब्द शब्द उजळून गेला समतेचा संगराचा अर्थ ढाळून गेला विराट विशाल संस्कृतीचे गीत आमुचे जीवनाचे इतिहासाचे जनामनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे गीत आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनामनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे
Thank you, Amol. You can stop the university song in the banner. So, on behalf of UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, I welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Shailendra Deolankar, Sir, Director, Higher Education, Government of Maharashtra, Pune. Also, I welcome all the entire participants of this NEP Sensitization and Orientation course. This is the fourth NEP Sensitization and Orientation course being successfully completed by Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. It was a 8 days training program, half-day training program. The journey which we have started from 26th February. On that particular day, Dr. Mayuresh sir from Amravati, he is the coordinator of the IK Center in one of the engineering college of Amravati. He delivered a talk on Indian knowledge system. Following day, Dr. Vimal Rah from Department of Chemistry, Khalsa College, New Delhi. She delivered a talk on information, communication and technology. After that, on the third day, Dr. Vaishali Dhanavijay ma'am, she is head department of home science. She delivered a talk on students, diversity and conclusive education. On the fourth day of the course, Dr. A.R. Barajwat sir from Bijon Desai Foundation, Nasik, he delivered a nice lecture on academic leadership, governance and management. On the last day of the first week, Dr. Professor Mahendra Shirsat sir, Dean Faculty of Science and Technology of our university, delivered a talk on research and development. On Monday, the second week, Dr. R.T. Bedre sir, Director of Sagar University, he delivered a talk on higher education and society. And yesterday, Tuesday, Dr. Professor Mrs. Madhuri Deshpande, she is Professor, School of Commerce and Management and former Pro Vice Chancellor of SRTM University, Nanded. She delivered a nice lecture on holistic and multidisciplinary education. And today we have one of the eminent personality here as a speaker and guest, Dr. Shailendra Deolankar, working as a Director of Higher Education of Maharashtra. Pune, Dr. Shailendra Deolankar sir is a renowned researcher and columnistic on international relations and foreign affairs for last 2 decades. He has completed his MPhil and PhD from prestigious School of International Studies, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. He is a gold medalist of Pune University for his masters in political science. He has authored 20 books on international relations and foreign affairs and published research articles in prestigious national and international journals. So indeed, it is really a pleasure and honor for all of us to have Dr. Shailendra Deolankar sir here as a resource person. So again, I welcome Dr. Deolankar sir to this valedictory function. And now I would hand over the proceeding to him. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I hope that Professor Ate,
Yes,
am I
sir.
audible to all?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir. You're
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting me at this valedictory function. This is 8th day University Grants Commission sponsored NEP sensitization and orientation program that is meant for teaching faculty. So I hope and pray that all the faculty members who have joined across India must have taken the benefit of it, and they must have been sensitized and oriented on various themes that has been going on since last 8 days. I have been told that it's very comprehensively covers various aspects of national education policy, and that's extremely welcome initiative by the University Grants Commission. And this is a high time that the teaching faculty across India needs to be, sensitized and oriented on this very important theme. For today, instead of focusing on any particular aspect of national education policy, which is in place since last 3 years, I will rather focus on how national education policy is going to be an instrument to facilitate India's transition from a developing nation to a developed nation in coming 25 years. That is, popularly known as a Amrut Kal. That's a phase of development, and how education is going to play an important role in this respect. So this is a very important one, and I congratulate all the participants, across India from various colleges and universities who have joined this program and who have completed this 8 days sensitization and orientation program. And now I hope that this message will percolate to from you people to the next hundreds of students, and who are the main stakeholders in this of this national education policy entire process. Let me begin with commenting on the very important aspect, and that is the teaching faculty is a very important stakeholder in the entire process of national education policy. They are the backbone who are going to implement this national education policy. There are various stakeholders like principals, then the sanstha chalak jinko hum kehte hain, that they are there, then parents, then the students. Students are extremely important. And if in case of Maharashtra, I'm coming down to the case study of Maharashtra, how are we going ahead in this regard? And recently we have undertaken a very comprehensive initiative, statewide initiative, that School Connect. And for that, we are sensitizing the 11th and 12th standard students who are about to enter into the first year in the umbrella of national education policy, and they are the main beneficiaries. So we need to orient them that what type of benefits the NEP is offering them, what type of structural changes that NEP has brought, and how NEP is going to have a skill inculcation among all these youngsters. So we implemented this, mission entire Maharashtra, which has yielded a huge response. For that matter, we created a structural mechanism. We have 13 state public universities, And we have created, under the Pro Vice Chancellor's, leadership, we constituted a committee, and that committee visited all the junior colleges and we oriented them. So we, attempted to understand the response from the student faculty also. And the student faculty is extremely, happy, and they are eager to welcome the national education policy because that is meant for them. And always look at it as a pull factor, because what we are doing is a push factor. Okay, we are telling our teaching faculty, we are telling our principals, we are telling our owners of the institution, and even parents also, that NEP is for their benefit and we need to implement it. But the pull factor is equally important. I mean, this entire discourse is, is meant for these students, and they need to orient on this important aspect. So we have already undertaken that broad aspect. So first of all, let me, tell you why NEP is an important instrument to facilitate India's transition from a developing nation to a developed nation. You must have witnessed on electronic media, or even on the, must have read in print media, the recently concluded speech by Nirmala Sitharaman, our finance minister, while she was, her budget speech, when she was presenting the budget in the parliament recently. Most of her, speech focused on higher education and what the government has done in last 1 decade in the field of higher education, and what are their future plans. So higher education, both higher and technical education, is going to be a very important focus area in the next 25 years. For the first time it has happened that India has embarked on a comprehensive and long-term planning. This type of planning we have witnessed in Western countries, we have witnessed in US, in America. After every 20 years, they passed a National Security Act. In Europe, they have the plans for 25 years. Even our neighboring, country, China. When Xi Jinping became the president of China in 2012, at that time, China designed a very massive, long-term and broad plan. What will be their targets and what target they are going to achieve by 2050. In case of India, we have the 5 years plan that is in place. But for the first time, we have designed a very comprehensive, massive plan and designed a massive plan to facilitate India's transition from developing to a developed nation. And that plan consists of 25 years of initiatives, what we are going to have in this 25 years. So it's a very broad plan, and this entire plan exercise is best on the higher education. So what we are planning to do is that, we are planning to convert India into a manufacturing hub, that is the export destination. And for that matter, as we all know, that there are 3 very important components that government is looking at. The first important component is that the infrastructure development, and for that we require the connectivity. And as we know that the central government and even the state government has collectively embarked on various infrastructure development projects that we have witnessed in last 1 decade. And when we drive even the vehicle on the road, or even we travel through air or travel through rail also, we have witnessed there are tremendous changes in the infrastructure facilities and connectivity in case of India. The second important aspect which government is trying to focus is the health. And that's again a very focused area, because in order to achieve the goal of developed nation, we need to have embark on this health mission, and that's very important. The third one is how we can provide the skilled manpower to the mission of Make in India and Atmanirbhar. And for that purpose, higher education is going to play a very crucial role. And that's a very important aspect. 1991 में जब हमने reforms program को undertake किया था, that time also education was the only area where reform did not take place. So 1991 से लेके 2020 तक, when we embarked on or we initiated the national education policy, higher education was the one sector where reforms did not take place. So ये NEP जो है, तो it's a form of और डिजाइन एक रिफॉर्म के तरीके से ये यहाँ पर हम इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हैं, और ये फोकस एरिया रहने वाला है. So what Nirmala Sitharaman focused in her budget speech, that how quantitatively we enhanced or type of initiatives that we had in last 10 decades. Under that, कितने new IITs आए हैं, कितने new IIMs आए हैं, कितने universities established हुए हैं. And that target, obviously, we have achieved at the time of independence. हमारे पास 5,000 colleges के आसपास थे. अब now we have almost 55,000 colleges. यूनिवर्सिटीज भी हमारे इट्स क्लोज टू ऑल, अगर प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज की बात करें हम, इट्स क्लोज टू ऑलमोस्ट 2,000 यूनिवर्सिटीज. In case of Maharashtra also, I'm telling you, I mean, we have a very diversified and dynamic type of higher education system, where we have almost 82 universities, जिसमें से हमारे 13 यूनिवर्सिटी जो पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटीज है, where the government provides them the financial aid. उसके बाद में we have almost 32 private universities in Maharashtra, and they are also doing lot of experiments in the field of education. Let me name couple of them, like Symbiosis. I mean, they have evolved a very good model in the liberal arts. Even the Flame University is a very important one. I mean, if in case you happen to visit Pune sometimes, Pune has become the hub of education, and where we have the concentration of almost 16 private universities, one public university and one unitary university also. तो ये काफी एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहे हैं. Then we have almost 26 deemed to be universities, and then there are some innovative practices that we have introduced in Maharashtra, like we have JJ School of Arts, which is very important and which is very prestigious and which is popular throughout India and throughout world also. So recently JJ has been converted into De Novo University. Then we have some engineering colleges, and they have the potential and capability to convert themselves into an university. Like we have the College of Engineering Pune that has been recently converted into unitary university. Then we have cluster universities also. We have 3 cluster universities. One is government university and 2 private cluster universities. And recently we have issued the guidelines also. Maharashtra has become the first state to issue the guidelines on the cluster universities. And there are 43 universities in pipeline. I mean, they are about to, constitute their universities under the new guidelines of cluster. So Maharashtra is going to cross the century very soon in case of universities also. And then we have 6,000 colleges. So we have very diversified type of system, and NEP is already in place. But what I'm trying to insist is that quantitatively we have achieved our target, and now it's in process. In the next 10 years or 25 years also, quantitatively we will have the double of the what existing number is. But qualitatively is very important, and qualitative reforms is the core of the NEP, National Education Policy. So try to understand NEP in a holistic manner. उसको आइसोलेट तरीके से मत देखना. ये एक ब्रॉड अम्ब्रेला प्रोग्राम है जो इंडिया को मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब में हम कन्वर्ट करना चाहते हैं, और उसके जरिए जो प्रोग्राम, सेंट्रल फ्लैगशिप प्रोग्राम्स है, लाइक मेक इन इंडिया है, आत्मनिर्भर भारत है, स्टार्टअप है, इन प्रोग्राम्स को हमें एनईपी के साथ लिंक करना है. As we know that this is a very broad objective, how we can on the path of Southeast Asian nation or South Korea, or even on the path of China, how we can convert ourselves into a manufacturing hub. किस तरह से हमारा एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट बन सकता है, मेड इन इंडिया किस तरह से बन सकता है, वो ब्रॉड ऑब्जेक्टिव है. और उस ब्रॉड ऑब्जेक्टिव को अचीव करने के लिए there are various segments. उन सेगमेंट को हम कंसोलिडेट कर रहे हैं. इवन इन केस ऑफ फॉरेन अफेयर्स ऑल्सो, आवर फॉरेन पॉलिसी इज बीइंग यूज्ड एज एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट टू अट्रैक्ट द फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट, व्हिच इज वेरी कोर, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रिवोल्यूशन और टू अचीव द एम ऑफ आत्मनिर्भर भारत. उसी नजर से देखा जा रहा है एजुकेशन को और हायर एजुकेशन को. और ये पहली बार इंडिया में अगर भी हो रहा है तो वर्ल्ड में दिस हैज बीन ऑलरेडी टेस्टेड. I will cite a couple of examples, and let me cite the example, the first example of Japan. I mean, Japan, the country, I mean, which is even the Mumbai, our capital of Maharashtra, is bigger in size. Okay, Japan इतना छोटा एक देश है, and the country which was devastated in the Second World War, as we all know that the 2 atom bombs were dropped on Japan. और ये country जो पूरा डिवास्ट हो गया था, how the country which has been devastated in the Second World War become by 1970 second world's top economy or number 2 economy after the United States. How Japan achieved that progress, and if you go through the journey of Japan during this 2.5 decades, then you will come to know that Japan did the first important reform in case of higher education, and then they increased the portion of GDP on higher and research and development and higher education, that is up to 7% of their GDP. और हायर एजुकेशन के माध्यम से उन्होंने ये रिफॉर्म को अचीव किया था। तो ये मॉडल को जापान ऑलरेडी टेस्ट कर चुका है। देन साउथ ईस्ट एशिया में, साउथ कोरिया में भी इसी मॉडल को टेस्ट किया गया। देन चाइना इज अवर नेबर, एज आई ऑलरेडी referred that country, and always keep on referring that how China also transformed itself. जिन कंट्रीज ने अपने आप को ट्रांसफॉर्म किया है फ्रॉम डेवलपिंग टू डेवलप नेशन, और दोज हु आर इन द प्रोसेस, their main focus is on the higher education, because जो मैन पावर हमको चाहिए, स्किल्ड मैन पावर, वो हम उसी के जरिए क्रिएट कर सकते हैं। और अब ये मिशन आया है हमारे पर, मीन द पीपल हु आर इनटू द हायर एजुकेशन, और ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हम टीचर्स पर है इसको इंप्लीमेंट करने का। वी ऑल नो दैट कि लास्ट नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी वाज 1986, लेकिन उसमें से जो चेंजेस लाए गए थे वो चेंजेस इतने ड्रास्टिक नहीं थे जितने ड्रास्टिक चेंजेस हम एनईपी के जरिए लाने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं। एंड वेयर देयर आर दिस चेंजेस, लाइक आई ऑलवेज रेफर इट एज इंतिफादा। इंतिफादा इज एन अरेबिक वर्ड जिसको हम कहते हैं कि टू शेक, उसको धक्का देना। तो ये हम सबको धक्का देने वाली ये पॉलिसी है, और इसमें हमें रिफॉर्म करना जरूरी है फॉर द अपकमिंग जनरेशन। एंड एज वी ऑल नो दैट, आई मीन आई डोंट नीड टू रिपीट दैट, रिट्रेट दैट, बट दीज आर द फैक्ट्स ऑन प्लेस कि इंडिया इज यंगेस्ट कंट्री। हमारा 64 करोड़ पॉपुलेशन जो है 25 to 35 एज ग्रुप का पॉपुलेशन है, और यही चीज है कि जिनको हमको परफॉर्मिंग एसेट में कन्वर्ट करना है, और इसके लिए ओनली एजुकेशन कैन प्ले इंपॉर्टेंट रोल। सो फॉर कमिंग 25 ईयर्स सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का मेन फोकस एजुकेशन रहने वाला है, और इसके लिए जो फैसिलिटेटर होगा वो नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी होगा। एंड वी आर द एक्टिविस्ट इन दिस मूवमेंट, वी आर द एक्टिविस्ट इन दिस मिशन। तो हमारे लिए बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट नोबल वर्क है, इट्स अ नेशनल ड्यूटी फॉर ऑल द टीचिंग फैकल्टी, जो हमें निभानी है आने वाले जनरेशन को स्किल्ड बनाने के लिए। सो एज वी ऑल नो दैट अंडर द एनईपी अम्ब्रेला, that we have already created 6 verticals, and the 2 important verticals is major and minor. Already the syllabus has been divided into major and minor. पहली बार स्किल का कंपोनेंट हमने मैंडेटरी किया है। 40% हम उनको एक्सेस दे रहे हैं अदर सब्जेक्ट को चुनने के लिए। आई मीन व्हेन आई वाज ग्रेजुएटेड almost 2 decades back, at that time the situation was altogether different. I graduated in political science, but I did not have the access for the other disciplines. मुझे सिर्फ political science को ही पढ़ना पड़ा था। लेकिन अब बच्चों को किस तरह का अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, फ्रीडम है, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है। और महाराष्ट्र में we have already NEP is in place. I mean, we started implementing NEP from 23-24 onward. I mean, we have 164 autonomous colleges and all the university campuses, and we have the PG colleges where the PG post-graduation facilities there, more than 1300 colleges where NEP is already in place. Or jo for this coming academic year 24 and 25, we have made NEP mandatory. और उसके लिए गवर्नमेंट ने अपना रेजोल्यूशन भी, जैसे गवर्नमेंट रेजोल्यूशन दैट हैज ऑलरेडी बीन पब्लिश्ड, और कमिंग एकेडमिक ईयर से 24-25 से entire 6000 colleges, 82 universities will implement the national education policy. और उसके लिए we have taken all the precautions, और जो भी NEP के माध्यम से रिफॉर्म्स थे that we already accepted, and we have already started implementing that, and we have the strong willpower to implement that, because we want to create a type of model, the same model which can get it replicated elsewhere also. Like NAC के accreditation में हमने एक मॉडल को जनरेट किया था, और this model, as we all must be knowing that, I mean in NAC accreditation, Maharashtra is topping the entire nation. Maharashtra is leading the entire nation. We have most accredited institutes in Maharashtra, and we top in NAC accreditation. We have almost 1894 institution which has been accredited. Second is Karnataka, and that is some 934 almost, and then Tamil Nadu and the other states are there. So this miracle we achieved it in last 1.5 years. And how we have did it? Because we made NAC as a mandatory, because as you know that NAC is not mandatory. But in state of Maharashtra, we have made it mandatory, and we instructed all our academic institutions, if in case they don't go for the NAC, they will get the deaffiliation from the universities, and they will not be allowed to register the student or enroll the student from the coming academic year. So we made it mandatory. There was a lot of resistance from the academic institutions also, but we stick to our point. उसका रिजल्ट ऐसा आया कि हम NAC में लास्ट 1 ईयर में 600 इंस्टीट्यूशन फ्रॉम द स्टेट दे अप्लाइड फॉर द NAC accreditation. हम सिर्फ वो करके रुके नहीं है. Then second important component was that to provide the financial and research assistance to the education institution held from the rural area. हमने परिस्पर्श नाम का एक स्कीम को लॉन्च किया, from where we will appoint a college principal as a NAC ambassador. It's a mentor-mentee scheme. We identified 150 mentor colleges who have already gone or already achieved the NAC A or A above A status. उनको हमने मेंटर बनाया और 650 कॉलेजेस को एक साल में मेंटी करने का रोल और उनको मेंटरशिप करने का रोल हमने दिया है. सो दैट इज ऑल्सो इन प्लेस. एंड देन द थर्ड वाज दैट वी ऑल्सो सजेस्टेड सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट सम ड्रास्टिक रिफॉर्म्स इन NAC. और वन ऑफ आवर सजेशन दैट हैज बीन एक्सेप्टेड इन रिसेंटली NAC's गवर्निंग बॉडी, जो बाइनरी सिस्टम इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ है, दैट वाज फर्स्ट रिकमेंडेड थ्रू द स्टेट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र कि हम इस तरह से एक्रेडिटेशन करने से बाइनरी सिस्टम को इंट्रोड्यूस करें. सो दिस इज द महाराष्ट्र मॉडल and that is now being replicated elsewhere also. So in case of national education policy also, we are trying our level best to create a type of model which can be replicated elsewhere. और यहाँ पर एक चीज आपको महाराष्ट्र में दिखाई देगी कि यहाँ पर गवर्नमेंट, यूनिवर्सिटीज एंड कॉलेजेस, they all are in working like a team. यहाँ पर किसी का रेजिस्टेंस नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के लिए नहीं है. इन स्टेट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र वी ऑल आर वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स दैट, अचीविंग दैट डेवलप्ड भारत का जो हमारा विकसित भारत का जो हमारा एम है, उसके लिए हम सारे ओरिएंट हो चुके हैं. और वी हैव लॉन्च अ सीरीज ऑफ प्रोग्राम, ओरिएंटेशन प्रोग्राम. इवन ऑन द 11th March also we are taking the review of all the autonomous colleges who are implementing this national education policy. What I'm trying to appeal by using this platform of UGC का जो हमारा आज का प्लेटफॉर्म है वैलिडिटरी फंक्शन का, वो इसलिए है कि look at it as your national duty. I know that. I mean, this is going to increase your workload also. This is, that is going to make you to work more, hard. और आपको और भी ज्यादा options को देखना पड़ेगा. I mean, 60% जो मेजर है, that has we already been following that for years. But 40% का जो है, we have already created a basket of 90 subjects. और जिसके लिए फैकल्टी को प्रिपरेशन करना पड़ेगा, IKS के लिए फैकल्टी को एक्स्ट्रा प्रिपरेशन करना पड़ेगा. तो आई नो दैट इज गोइंग टू पुट सम एक्स्ट्रा बर्डन ऑन योर शोल्डर, बट लुक एट इट कि आपके इस कंट्रीब्यूशन से एक नया जनरेशन तैयार होने जा रहा है. और दैट जनरेशन इज एन एसेट, जो इंडिया की सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट एसेट है, जो विकसित भारत के लिए हमको बनानी है. और इसके लिए आई ऑलवेज लुक एट द प्रोफेशन ऑफ टीचिंग as equivalent to the fighter or soldier who is fighting on the border. कई बार हमारे मन में ये इच्छा होती है कि हम भी एक सोल्जर की भूमिका अदा करें, हम भी जाके हमारे सीमा पर जाके और हमारे बॉर्डर्स को प्रोटेक्ट करें. कई बार हमारे पास इस तरह का इंस्टिंक्ट होता है, लेकिन हमें अब उसी तरह का प्लेजर नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के इंप्लीमेंटेशन में मिलना है. वी आर प्लेइंग द सिमिलर टाइप ऑफ रोल. तो हम इंडिया को, नए इंडिया को जिसको क्रिएट करने हम जा रहे हैं, डेवलप्ड इंडिया को, इसमें टीचर्स का रोल जो है बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट होने वाला है. तो आने वाले 25 इयर्स हायर एजुकेशन के हैं, आने वाले 25 इयर्स हम टीचर्स लोगों के हैं, आने वाले 25 ईयर जो है वो रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट के हैं. और यही चीज है जो इंडिया को डेवलपिंग से डेवलप तक पहुंचा सकता है. यही चीज है जो इंडिया का जीडीपी 8 to 9% ग्रोथ रेट तक लेके जा सकता है. और मैं इस बात पर, दिस इज माई पर्सनल ओपिनियन, बट आई एम वेरी फर्म ऑन दिस ओपिनियन, कि even if India become a superpower or even if India become a developed nation, India will not become a developed nation on the basis of how many nuclear arsenals India has, in its stockpile. कितने न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स है उसके बलबूते पे हम नहीं बनेंगे. हम डेवलप नेशन बनेंगे इसी चीज पर बनेंगे कि हमारी एग्जिस्टिंग जनरेशन को हम परफॉर्मिंग मैन पावर में, हम स्किल्ड मैन पावर में हम किस तरह से कन्वर्ट करते हैं. और अगर हम इसमें से फेल होते हैं तो जो डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड व्हाट वी आर राइट नाउ विटनेसिंग, and we are that we are quoting this elsewhere across the world, we have the young manpower with us, we are the youngest nation in the world. ये डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड जो है ये डेमोग्राफिक डिजास्टर में कन्वर्ट हो सकता है अगर हम हायर एजुकेशन में जो लोग काम कर रहे हैं हमारी ड्यूटी और नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी विद ऑल सिंसियरिटी और विद ऑल सीरियसनेस हम अगर उसको इंप्लीमेंट नहीं करते हैं. तो ये हमारा सबका केवल हमारे प्रोफेशन के प्रति कमिटमेंट नहीं है, तो हमारे देश के प्रति ये कमिटमेंट है. और यही 25 ईयर्स है जो हमारे सबके लाइफ के बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट 25 ईयर्स रहने वाले हैं. आई एम नॉट श्योर कि वेदर वी विल बी एबल टू सी व्हाट इंडिया विल हैव आफ्टर 25 ईयर्स. लेकिन ये बात तो जरूरी है कि हमारा जो यंग जनरेशन है इसको अगर हमें कन्वर्ट करना है तो ये हमें सबको करना पड़ेगा. सो आई ऑलवेज अप्रिशिएट, आई कांग्रेचुलेट यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रांट्स कमीशन दैट दे हैव टेकन दिस वेरी नोबल एक्टिविटी to sensitize and orient all the teaching faculty across India, and that mission has been given to the HRDC center. Now it has been the Malviya mission, teachers training का mission हो गया है. तो इसी तरह के प्रोग्राम भविष्य में भी चलते रहे और सिर्फ टीचर्स लोगों के लिए नहीं है. तो मेन हमारा जो फोकस है स्टूडेंट की तरफ. सो नाउ वी हैव ओरिएंटेड ऑलमोस्ट 100 टीचर्स. ये 100 टीचर्स हमारे एम्बेसडर बनेंगे आने वाले हजारों बच्चों को ट्रेन करने के लिए. तो ये हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. डोंट जस्ट गेट दिस मैसेज कन्फाइंड टू योरसेल्फ. तो इसको परकुलेट करो और ये बच्चों को बताओ कि ये पॉलिसी बच्चों के लिए है, उनके लिए है. ये पहली बार आपको फ्रीडम दे रही है, पहली बार आपको फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी दे रही है. इतनी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी हमारे टाइम में नहीं थी, इतना फ्रीडम हमारे टाइम में नहीं था. अब हम बच्चों को बताते हैं कि जब वो 12th क्लास पास हो जाएगा, सेकंड ईयर तक चला जाएगा. अगर सेकंड ईयर को भी एग्जिट हो जाता है तो उसके पास में 12+ डिप्लोमा होगा, जो फैसिलिटी इसके पहले नहीं थी. अभी हमने 7 इयर्स का उनको स्पैन दिया है. इवन इफ एग्जिट फ्रॉम द इंस्टीट्यूशन इन स्पैन ऑफ 7 इयर्स ही कैन कम बैक एनी टाइम एंड ही कैन कंप्लीट हिज ड्यूटी. इवन एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट के रजिस्ट्रेशन में महाराष्ट्र इज टॉप इन द नेशन, बिकॉज हमने वो मैंडेटरी किया. हमने कैंप लगवाया हर कॉलेजेस में. आधार बेस्ड जो सारी चीजें होती है एट द टाइम ऑफ एनरोलमेंट ऑल्सो हमने कैंप्स लगवाए हैं. और एबीसी रजिस्ट्रेशन में भी हम लीड कर रहे हैं. उसी तरह से एबीसी रजिस्ट्रेशन होना चाहिए. बच्चों को इसका सीरियसनेस पता रहना चाहिए. और हम भी चाहते हैं कि हमारे सोशल साइंसेस में, स्पेशली सोशल साइंस में, वो थ्योरी बेस्ड ज्यादा होते हैं. उसमें प्रैक्टिकल कंपोनेंट हम किस तरह से इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं. तो ये एनईपी हमको ये अपॉर्चुनिटी, ये प्लेटफॉर्म हमको तैयार है उसके लिए और ये हमको ऑफर कर रहा है. उसको यूटिलाइज करना ये हमारे सबका एक बड़ा ही इंपॉर्टेंट ड्यूटी होगा. एंड ऑलवेज लुक एट इट एज अ नेशनल ड्यूटी. दिस इज आवर कंट्रीब्यूशन टू द नेशन बिल्डिंग और हमारे डेवलप्ड इंडिया के लिए हमारा कंट्रीब्यूशन रहेगा. तो मैं आप सबको शुभकामनाएं देता हूं कि आप भी अपने अपने स्टेट में इसके बारे में पॉजिटिव वर्ड जो है वो स्प्रेड करें. और ये पॉलिसी है जो इंडिया को ट्रांसफॉर्म कर सकती है. आई एम वेरी पॉजिटिव एंड ऑप्टिमिस्टिक एज पर द नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसीज कंसर्न. और यही इंस्ट्रूमेंट बनेगा, यही प्लेटफॉर्म बनेगा इंडिया के ट्रांजिशन का, डेवलपिंग नेशन से लेकर डेवलप नेशन. तो मैं आप सबको शुभकामनाएं देता हूं. आपने सक्सेसफुली इस कोर्स को पूरा किया है और मैं ये भी प्रार्थना करूंगा और अपेक्षा आप सबसे करूंगा कि इसमें और भी ज्यादा एक्सपर्टीज आने वाले टाइम में आप डेवलप कीजिएगा. और जिन बच्चों के लिए बनाया गया हुआ है ये पूरा एंटायर जो फ्रेमवर्क है नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी का, वो उन बच्चों तो किस तरह से पहुंचे, इसके लिए आप सब एज एन एक्टिविस्ट करके, बिकॉज दिस इज अ मूवमेंट, दिस इज द एजुकेशनल रिफॉर्म्स मूवमेंट व्हाट वी आर विटनेसिंग इन इंडिया टुडे. और हम सब एक्टिविस्ट हैं इन सारी मूवमेंट के. उस लिहाज से ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हम सबको फॉलो करनी पड़ेगी. सो I wish you again all the best and I congratulate you for successfully completing this thing. And thank you very much, Professor Rafe, for inviting me to deliver this valedictory speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of this entire group, my special thanks to you. So before concluding this session, a presidential remark from our respected director, Professor Satish Patil, sir, would be there. So on behalf of this entire group, I welcome Professor Satish Patil, sir, to this valedictory function, and I would now request him to deliver a valedictory address, a presidential remark to all of us. Over to you, Patil, sir.
Good afternoon, all of you. The guest for this valedictory function, Director of Higher Education, Dr. Shailendra Deolankar, my colleague Dr. Rafe, and all participants. We are listening this sensitization and orientation program with you from the Pan India. Aspects of Indian knowledge, diversity and inclusive education, research and development, information and communication, and the skill development. And today, Devankar has rightly pointed out, as government of Maharashtra has made it compulsory and mandatory for the implementation of this NEP into the higher educations, adding 6 verticals in which this components compulsory. The most important part in NEP is that we can pursue 2 academic programs, which can certainly provide the opportunity for the educational and the research development. And as it has been rightly pointed out by the director, if you could be able to implement a robust system effectively, definitely we can create a skilled and performing manpower in the country, which will certainly help to bring the nation Atmanirbhar. And it has been rightly pointed out by him that when we wanted to develop a global citizenship, I think we need to improve our higher education. And we also need to establish a research and development which should be focused in higher education. And through the 6 verticals, have opportunity to refine the curriculums and create framework in undergraduate as well as postgraduate programs. And it will certainly bring the education to certain standards and will set a certain procedure for the curriculum framework. That is very important. In fact, as we have started this orientation and sensitization program since the January, as per the UGC guidelines, and now I'm very happy to share with the director that almost 1,200 participants from Pan India, they attended the sensitization and orientation program of NEP. And the experts which we invited from the Pan India, our participants have actively involved themselves in the active discussions, and they have whatever the doubts in their mind, I think they are all being cleared. And I'm also happy to see that particularly in Maharashtra, that too in my university, every college has taken initiative to implement this NEP at undergraduate level since 24-25, and we have already implemented it under postgraduate courses from the 23-24. Whether it is on-job training or internships, we are doing it very effectively, and I believe that all participants this such kind of orientation programs, they will also take an initiative to see that the best knowledge, the transformation of education system into the practice, to make them a responsible citizens of the country. That will certainly help if you could spread this message to your students and see that if students get the knowledge as it has been expected into the NEP, they will certainly shoulder the responsibility for the nation building. And I believe that you all participants will take this message to your every institute and see that the students should take active part and get the knowledge through these NEP programs. And I believe that in the years to come, as it is a 10 years, but we'll see that our focus will be, the national focus will be on the education programs, which will boost our confidence and our strength in the world, and then we'll become a Vishwa Guru very soon. I think with this, I thank the Director of the Higher Education of Maharashtra, Dr. Shailendra Deolankar, for being a guest for this valedictory function. I also thank my Assistant Director, Dr. Abdul Muhammad Rafi sir, and you all. I also thank all the experts who have shared their experiences and knowledge with our participants. And lastly, all the participants, as you actively participated in every discussions for clearing your all thoughts. I also thank to my the supporting staff from the HRDC or MMTTC of this HRDC University of Dr. Damu, and the other, those who have supported us directly or indirectly. With this, I thank to the director once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, on behalf of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Program, my special thanks to the Director, Higher Education, Government of Maharashtra, Pune, Dr. Shailendra Deolankar sir, for being here, sparing his valuable time. Also, my special thanks to the all resource person, those who have contributed a lot in this NEP sensitization and orientation course. And also my special thanks to our leader, head of our institution, Professor Satish Patil sir, for leading in front when it comes to preparing the timetable and giving us good resource person for each and every NEP sensitization program. Under his able leadership, this is the fourth NEP sensitization, orientation and sensitization program being conducted by Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. And till today, around 1,000 participants have registered, and out of that, 800 participants have been trained by our Malviya Mission Teachers Training Program. So we are topping in Maharashtra when it comes to conducting this NEP sensitization and orientation course. It is just because of the able leadership of our respected director sir, Professor Satish Patil sir, that continuously every month two NEP orientation and sensitization course are there. Even in the month of March, this 11th, we are having one new course, and already the seats have been full for that particular course. And only the part B, that is March part B course, the few vacancies are left. So this is a good initiative by our respected director, that since he has joined as a director of this UGC HRDC, this is the fourth continuous course of NEP sensitization, orientation and sensitization course being run. Also, my special thanks to all participants for joining on time for this NEP sensitization and orientation course. My request to all participants that by today itself, you should upload your nomination letter, your I-card and photo. अगर आपकी ये तीनों चीजें अपलोड नहीं होती है, then you will not get the certificate. It is a kindly humble request कि आप लोग अपने जो नॉमिनेशन लेटर है, फोटो है और आई कार्ड है, ये तीनों भी चीजें पोर्टल पे अपलोड करना है. उसके बिना आपको चांस नहीं रहेगा सर्टिफिकेट मिलने का, इवन इफ यू आर कंटिन्यूअसली हैव अटेंडेड. और आपका जो टेस्ट रहेगा वो फ्राइडे के दिन, सैटरडे के दिन रहेगा. सैटरडे द कोर्स योर एग्जाम, बिकॉज फ्राइडे बीइंग अ हॉलीडे of Mahashivratri, then Saturday your exam will be there from 11:30. All are requested to attend the same. So before concluding this valedictory function, I would request all the persons in the cloud meeting to stand up for national anthem. And I would now request Amol to start the national anthem, please. राष्ट्रगीत के लिए सभी लोग खड़े रहें.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा. विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा. तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे. गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you. I would now request Amol to